All right. How's it going, everybody? Eastern Outdoors Media Tuesday Night Live. We're kicking it off. John had to go do something real quick. He'll be here in a few minutes, but if y'all want to jump in, we can kind of start chatting about turkey hunting and turkey season. It's about to kick off here. This Saturday is opening day. I'm looking forward to it and getting really excited about it. Eastern Outdoors Media Turkey Camp at Twin Knobs Campground in Daniel Boone National Forest. We're going to kick it off on Friday. I'm going to get there early. Let me know in the comments if you're going to come or hang out, even if you're just going to hang out for a little bit. It'd be a lot of fun. There he is. What's up, Scott? How's it going, buddy? He's going to be here in a few minutes. He had to go run an errand. We had to get started a little bit later tonight. Had to go pick up a car battery, I believe. So he'll be in here in about 10 minutes or so. Hey, Gordy, how's it going, buddy? Hey, PK. This weather, you mentioned the weather. It's kind of been fluctuating like crazy the last I've been seeing. It's going to be a little so for Moorhead, Kentucky, it says 54 on Saturday morning, 75, and then it looks like Sunday a little bit of rain, 44 and 65, and it kind of looks like the precip is looking like more afternoon. So as it gets closer to noon on Sunday, it looks like the rain chance is going to pick up a little bit, but it's not calling for a whole lot. It's going to be warm. I'll tell you that. It's going to be a lot warmer than I kind of thought it would be. So we'll see what's going to happen here. The weather's been real weird. There for a while it was calling for 80s, and then it went back down to like 60 something, and now it's back into the 70s. And it's kind of been saying rain, no rain, rain, no rain. So we're back to it, I guess. Looks like a little rain Sunday, but I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to getting out there. Hey, Paul, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hey, Joe, how's it going, man? Gordy, thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate it. It was one of the coolest hunts I've ever been a part of, maybe the coolest. I'm still just over the moon about it. We took it to the taxidermist just the other day, and we're going to get a full body mount. The wallet says no, but the heart says absolutely do it. So you only get your first bird once. So we went and saw the taxidermist the other day. I'm excited about it. Speaking of, we ought to have a taxidermist on the show just to talk about some of the complications that they're going through right now, just from getting things. They're having a really hard time getting supplies and getting things on time. I think some taxidermists are now starting to go back to doing the skins and things themselves. It takes longer, but they're doing it themselves because the tanning places are taking so long to get things back to them. It's kind of crazy. So I appreciate that, Gordy. It was one of the most incredible hunts of my life. That's for sure. Yeah, that's a good point, Sarah. Definitely the mushrooms and the dampness, that's definitely good for them to grow. So you're exactly right about that. And that heat and the rain will probably help with that. Yeah, ticks. Yeah, definitely permethrin, everybody. The ticks are going to be bad this year. Honestly, we didn't have a cold winter. In my personal opinion, we didn't. We had that real cold spell right around Christmas time. Then after that, it actually warmed up, in my opinion. So it's just one of those things, man. We're going to have to be diligent and prepare ourselves for ticks, and the little ones are out right now. So those little turkey mites and stuff, you're going to get into them. Make sure you wear permethrin for sure. So permethrin up before turkey season. Do that the day before, a couple of days before to your clothes. Let it dry, air dry, and hopefully you'll be good to go. After spraying permethrin, I've never had a problem. So hopefully by giving that tip, everybody can be prepared. Hey, Josh, what's going on, buddy? You and WO had an excellent time on the water the other day, it looked like. Oh yeah, I know Kirk Scott. That's a good idea. Kirk's a good guy. We're going to be meeting a few in different times on Friday. Oh yeah, Gordy, I saw what you said there. That great got a flying gobbler on my wall. That's awesome. I have one gobbling off the roost, and Caleb and I talked about it. We were looking at different things and started talking about different ways to get one mounted. And because he shot his strutting, it was in full strut. All the feathers are still intact. He really put a good shot on the head. Taxidermist looked at it really closely and said that everything looked great. So he'll be able to use everything, that from his bird specifically. So I was pretty pumped about that. But Caleb's pretty adamant that he wants to get it strutting. So we kind of determined that we were going to go with that strutting pose. Back to Facebook user, you have to tell me your name. What time are you all meeting on Friday? I'm going to get there really early on Friday morning. I'm planning on leaving my house here in Northern Kentucky probably at around 4:30 a.m. Going to get down into the Moorhead area around 6:30 a.m. We've got been doing a lot of e-scouting. I've got a couple waypoints, and I'm gonna stop by early in the morning. I think I'm just going to use the school of thought from Harold Knight. Harold told me personally that one of the things he liked to do on public land is just get in the truck, and he would go to a stopping point, get out, listen for a few minutes, and if he doesn't hear anything, gets back in the truck and goes to that next spot. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of that on Friday morning, super early. And then got a few folks I'd like to meet up with. Some of the, Joe Carter, I think he's watching. He lives down that way, and we're gonna meet up. But everybody's gonna kind of trickle into the campground at different times. I think I'll probably try to get. I'll probably do some scouting within the morning, hours, and then I'll probably get to the campground around noon, maybe early afternoon or even late morning, depending on how things go. But I've got a tent I'm going to set up, so I'm looking forward to that. I know many of us are kind of in the A area of Twin Knobs Campground. So definitely hit us up. We'll have our phones on us, message us or whatever. We'll try to get together, hoping we can kind of spend part of the day Friday just hanging out and chatting at the campground and getting set up and chilling out, maybe next to a fire or something. Looking forward to that part of it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh no, Sarah. So sorry to hear about the Lyme disease. That is not fun. I've heard that is an absolute battle. I've heard that causes, just ebbs and flows and sickness and not feeling well from day to day. One day you have a good day and the next day you have a bad day. So I'm really sorry to hear that. Definitely a reminder to everybody to really protect yourself from ticks and try to prevent that Lyme disease, because I don't know about everybody else, but I really do believe that there are more ticks than ever before. And I just feel like we're not getting cold enough to kill them all and keep them all from being around. So I think it's just something we're going to all have to really deal with and be careful about. It's important to be diligent. That's for sure. Sarah, I hope I know it's a battle and it's something that you can't kick or take medicine to completely get rid of it, but I hope they can find some things for you to help keep it at bay and to where it doesn't, really affect you from day to day. I know that's tough because it's a nasty, Lyme is a nasty thing to have to deal with. So I'm sorry you've got to deal with that. Hey, Jimmy, how's it going, buddy? Yep. See, just like Scott mentioned a second ago, picking ticks off of rabbit dogs all winter. I don't think they ever went away. I really don't. I think ticks were out all winter. Of course, during that real cold period in the snow, they're going to be kind of hiding there, but I really don't think they ever went away. I saw people with them on them in February, and obviously they're out there now. So it really is. It's just protect yourself. Yep, snakes are definitely out. Frogs are out. Things are definitely starting to come out a little bit more often as far as that spring weather is concerned. We have a big toad that we see every night on our patio. He's been hopping around, real big fat one. Hey, James, how's it going, buddy? Good evening, Jimmy. Good to see you, buddy. I'm going to scroll down, just trying to, since I'm by myself here for a few minutes, John's going to join us here, but I'm just going to kind of go through the comments here. Hey Barrett, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, well, just hit us up, Barrett. We're gonna try to get together. We're all gonna try to get together over there. Um, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of scouting. I've never really been in the area, so I've been doing a lot of e-scouting, a lot of chatting with people, and just getting different ideas and thoughts. So it should be a completely new experience for me. You all have heard me talk about turkeys till I'm blue in the face. I'm a freak about turkey hunting. I'm going to be after it as hard as I possibly can this weekend. I'm just going to, get out there. And when I hear one, it's going to be boogie time. And then, there's going to be some patience and some differences that I'm going to have to. You've also heard me talk about, not over calling before. Sometimes you can get into the situation where you're calling too much, and on public land, calling too much can actually be a problem. I have no problem if I can find a bird or get in an area where I know birds are. I have no problem setting up shop and sitting down for even lengthy periods of time, waiting on one to just kind of show up. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of tactic I end up with. I'm excited about it. When John gets on here, we'll talk a little bit more about the e-scouting because we've been doing a ton of it. I've been sending pins and looking at places and zooming in on my phone, and it's been fun. I normally hunt private, so it's just going to be a different experience for me. Not that I've got experience on public land, but not as much as others. Yeah, Josh, that was awesome, man. I absolutely love that you got to go. For anybody that didn't see, WO, who's usually watching the show with us all and joining us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so for the fishing show, Josh and WO got to go fishing together the other day, and I believe it was at Lake Brashear, if I'm not mistaken. And man, they had a great day. Caught some really nice fish and just spent some time on the water together, which is really cool. And frankly, just this whole thing, just chatting with you all, in the comments and getting to interact. That's what it's really been fun for me is we've met you all at the NWTF convention and other things, some fall deer classic stuff and some of the fishing stuff. And then now we're getting together for camps, and we're getting together for just fishing, a day of fishing on the water. It's a hunting community. And that's the coolest thing about this podcast or this live that we do. It's so much fun. It's so cool to get to know different people. Gordy from Ohio, getting to chat with him, and then just everybody that we get to chat with day in and each time that we get together is really cool. That's what the outdoors is all about: is sharing the experiences together and enjoying it together, which is that's what I'm all about. That's for sure. Joe, I see you're not camping, but definitely be down. Absolutely. We're gonna reach out. I'll probably reach out to you pretty early in the morning on Friday, Joe, just to let you know where I'm at, and just to kind of give you a gauge on where I'm at and time wise, what I'm doing and stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get down there pretty early just to kind of run around. And if you want to meet up, we can, and then we'll run over to the campground or whatever. It should be a lot of fun. Anybody want to buy pics of John and a very lovable goat? Here we go. He'll be here in a minute. We got to give him a chance to defend himself, Scott. They say the cold doesn't kill him. Yeah, Gordy. I think they just burrow and then they come back out when when it kind of warms up. I swear the ticks. I feel like they're bad. They're getting worse every year. Hey, WO, no problem, buddy. I'm glad you're here. We were just talking about your and Josh's fishing trip. Yeah, Jimmy. John said he was going to be on here a little bit. He had a few things he had to take care of. I think he said he had to go down to Advanced Auto Parts and pick up a battery so he could get around and stuff. He needed to get that taken care of. You can't get to turkey camp on a bad battery, that's for sure. Oh, does anybody have a good remedy to stop the itching? Yeah, that's rough. I do not know. Hey, Dave, how's it going, buddy? Typically, if I get those turkey mites or whatever, I just take duct tape and I just roll the duct tape around and I just take it in my palm in my hand and I'll just tack everywhere that I see a tick. I just tack my skin until they're all gone. It's annoying. Don't overlook Google Earth for scouting. The maps for my area are very up to date. Google Earth within the past few months. That's terrific advice. Yeah, absolutely. I typically use OnX, but and sometimes I'll use the HuntWise or whatever that app is. They're updated, but Adam, you're probably right. Honestly, Google Earth is probably the most updated or most frequent. If I'm not mistaken, John might use both. I'll have to ask him about that, or we can ask him about that when he jumps on here. It's good to use multiple maps. That way you can kind of, There's Josh. There he is.
What's going on,
Josh, you joining me, bud?
What's up, man? Yeah, I was watching live, and I knew John was running behind, so I thought, you know what? I'll jump on for a few minutes. I'm about to go shower and get ready for bed, but I figured, heck, I'll jump on for a little bit and talk some turkeys, man.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you down at camp.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm still trying to literally. I went in today. There's John.
There he is.
Boy, I tell you what. Had a car die in my driveway about 8:30. Had to go get a battery, change it.
Dang it.
I'm sweating so bad. I'm sweating like Scott Butler going to the fridge and back.
Oh, man. Yep. I told you, Scotty, he had to get back and defend himself.
What was he saying? He told me, he sent me a message and he said, look, I'm ready for you. And I got that ban button ready.
Let me go back.
Do you enjoy it?
He said, anybody want to buy pics of John and a very lovable goat?
Gotta take what you can get, fellas.
I love it, man.
Gotta take what you can get.
Scott would fit right in with us, though, man, because he just likes giving each other heck. I like it.
Whew, look at that.
Oh, hey, James. Yeah, James, how's the land management coming on the farm? Going really well. It's a slow process just with things going on, kids doing sports and stuff. So we're trying to my uncle will do something, and then unfortunately, like, we can't get our schedules on the same page. So he'll do something, and then I'll go down and do something, and then he'll do something. We did some clearing of some cedar trees and stuff like that. Still have some more to do, but it's definitely coming along. And actually on Monday, I'm going to do some spraying on our plots to kind of get those restarted. So looking forward to that. And then I'm also going to start doing some. The department kind of recommends doing a lot of things with, doing transitional stuff for turkeys. I think we're going to go ahead and do some disking around edges of fields. That way you have like the brush, some disking area, and then the field for our food plots. So you will have 3 different transitions. And that way those poults, once they come out, they'll have that dirt to kind of rummage around in and get some protein and stuff. So we're going to try to implement some of that stuff and see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to it.
Heck yeah. Well, John, I'm glad you made it.
Jimmy Carroll says, John, if you can't get here on time, just get here when you can. I appreciate that, Jimmy. Scott Butler said, John, why are you sweating? Now, has Scott not been paying attention? Did he not hear when I said I'm sweating like Scott Butler walking to the fridge and back?
Hey, he may have missed that, but what you should have said is you should have just replied, I just got done watching Cops. It's from Step Brothers.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I've seen it.
Remember how Will Ferrell's? Remember how Will
Josh here? Josh does not like it. He doesn't think it's very funny.
What?
All the Step Brothers?
Yeah. No, I don't. I know I'm going to get judged.
And you know what? I don't think it's funny. Elf. So there, Elf off.
There you go. Hey, listen. These last couple comments have made me laugh because you told us about the goat. And then Gordy Mullins immediately goes, how was the goat?
That's how that goat down there at Lake Cumberland died. Nobody knows that. But
Adventures with Fur and Feather said big gobblers in Grayson County on public land. Let's go. Got to get after them.
When I got on here, Will Ferrell was a turd. He is a turd. He's a funny turd, though, man. True, he's the funniest turd in the bowl.
He's an old sandwich run.
He's the funniest turd in the bowl. This is Mike. When I first got on here, before I actually entered the chat, and I could hear my screen was kind of frozen. You said something like, "You think I use both?" Or I don't know what you was talking about.
Oh, Google Earth and OnX. I think you use both, don't you?
Yeah, I tell you, I use Google Earth a lot, fishing and hunting, because if you're using Google Earth on your phone, you can't do this. But if you're using Google Earth on a desktop, like a laptop or a regular computer, then you can download Google Earth Pro, 100% free, and you can look back in time. So if you're looking at a piece of property, let's just say you're looking at your house, you can look at the flyover pictures, the satellite pictures from it might be 2022. 2020, 2019, 2017. It's not going to have every year. But what I like it is when I look at OnX, I looked at a ton of pins around Cave Run today. And the leaves are on the trees. It's thick. You can't see anything but canopy. But if you go on Google Earth, which I'm going to do after this, How the heck you still get lost then? I don't know. He's not. If you Scott doesn't know that I had there was a car that died in my driveway, Scott, and I had to run to Advance at about 8:30, get a battery. Said they had 7 in stock. We couldn't find one. Finally, I said, "Hey, can I just go back here and look?" I found one. It was older than the battery I turned in. So then we had to find another one. Then I had to come back and put it in. It's been a mess, but I'm here, Scott, and I'm here for you. But if you go back on Google Maps, I like to look at pictures where the leaves are off the trees. So I want to see a picture in December.
Yeah.
And then I can tell more about the land. So,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, Mike, when we hang up here, I've got some pins that I want me and you to look at for this weekend.
Yeah.
Where I was told there were some fields that were walking back in some secluded public land areas.
Okay.
Gotcha. You ran. Explains the profuse sweating. Scott, I don't have to run to sweat. I don't have to run to sweat. Neither does Mike. Mike and I can relate to the sweating, can't we, Mike?
Oh, for sure, dude. This is what I wear when I'm deer hunting and it's 20 degrees. I'm walking to my tree stand just like this, because if I put a jacket on or a hoodie on or whatever, I will be soaking wet by the time I get to my tree stand. And obviously, if it's 20 degrees and you're soaking wet and you sit down for an hour, you're going to freeze your butt off. Yeah. So I go in just with a t-shirt, and then I have a pack on my back, and it's got all my layers of clothes. Sometimes I'll even take another t-shirt and take it off, take my old one off, dry myself off, and then put the new t-shirt on with my other layers. I can't do that. I sweat too bad.
Man, Bub said he's late tonight. Bub, I just got here too. Josh got here right before me. Mike didn't get on here till like 9:20, wasn't it, Mike? Something like
that.
It
was about 9:17 when you put me on here. Yep.
It was my fault. I'm sorry. We had big plans tonight.
Things happen, man.
I couldn't get a guest. I couldn't get a guest to save my life tonight. It's like all the turkey hunters are gone. They don't want to come on and talk. All the bass fishermen are fishing. They don't want to come on and talk. And I'm getting tired of it.
You sent me that picture the other day of I can't remember who it was, but it was about Toledo Bend. And I thought, there's no fishing tournaments for the Elite Series right now. And then I look, and there's an open on Toledo Bend, and they're all going to fish the Toledo Bend tournament. Yeah. So it's tough to get people.
Jimmy can't smell. I think, Gordy, that's my favorite thing about turkey hunting is I don't have to worry about scent control and argue with these dummies here about, oh, you better take a bath and you better soak in a scent-free shower. Give me a break.
Well, you better shower anyway, because we're going to be in the same tent there, bro. Hey,
Daniel Barnes, can we just hold on, Mike? I've interrupted you twice. I love you, and I'm so sorry. Daniel Barnes, I really love this comment from all the admins at Central Illinois Hunting and Fishing. We love the content. Daniel, we love you. We appreciate that. Here's the thing. We're mostly Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, with some Pennsylvania and New York. New York's kind of like, wow, it's way out there sprinkled in. We would love more of an audience in Illinois. We have some Michigan folks that comes on sometimes.
Yep.
Florida folks. The South is kind of out there, but Missouri. Yep. So we appreciate that, Daniel. We really do, man.
Actually, something and I'm going to interrupt you here. That is one of the coolest posts that I've seen from other groups back to us.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because most groups actually hate when we share our content. Yeah. They get mad, and they actually take down our posts, and it's like we're just trying to share the outdoors and share stories that relate to what we all want to read about and see and look at. So I'm really happy that you posted that, and I appreciate that, because a lot of times we'll get kind of negative comments saying that we're just trying to.
Mike, I'm going to defend some of these groups though, because number one, they deal with a lot of spam.
Sure.
And we're not spamming. We only share things that we think people will enjoy.
Right.
We don't share. I don't share every post that we make. I'm going to make a post tomorrow about a job opportunity for someone in the outdoors if they want it. I ain't sharing that into maybe one or two groups where people are actually looking for jobs, right? So
yeah.
But we only share things we think people enjoy. In defense of those groups, they deal with a lot of spam. And number two, Facebook now has it set up to where if you want to say no, it's called like admin assist. If you want to not let people, let's say a page like ours, if you want to restrict pages from posting in a group, they just set that up and it automatically declines it, which is a great feature.
Yeah.
Because there's so much crap. You know how
I
much
get
crap?
it.
So, Daniel, we have a group, a Kentucky Outdoors group that's got about almost 13,000 people in it. And we get so much crap from people trying to sell knives.
It's true.
People trying to, get you to buy ammo from a link.
Yeah.
John, you better PM me on that.
Hey, this is a good. I really like this question from Jimmy, and it's actually I think it'd be a great group discussion. He said my new crossbow uses a 20-inch bolt and is 425 feet per second. I shoot 100 grain expandable broadhead. What grain bolt would you use?
First, I'm going to apologize to Jimmy because I saw that message today when I was at work. Jimmy, I was elbows deep in work and I couldn't respond. I'm so sorry.
That's all good. Yeah, this is a great group question. I'm pretty new to crossbows, so this is a great question to kind of bring to the group and get some different opinions. Jimmy, I'll make sure to go take a picture of what I have. I think my crossbow shoots around 400 feet per second, if I'm not mistaken. So it's probably close. Probably using a very similar grain bolt. I'll let you know what I have, and hopefully that can kind of at least help a little bit.
I thought he was wondering what grain broadhead to use.
Yeah, it looks like a grain bolt is what he was looking for.
I was going to suggest those. I did have some nearby. Jimmy, I'll tell you, Josh's friend, Trapper Tom, and you've probably seen some of his videos, Jimmy, he borrowed our crossbow, which he has never given back. Josh, your son just ran by back there. He may or may not have had clothes on. I don't know.
And
hey, if he didn't have clothes on, don't yell at him. I don't swinging free.
I don't care. I really don't. I told him all ago he was running back and forth in the living room, and I muted, and I said, "Dude, stop!"
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Somebody, a few minutes
out there, just it's gonna be funny. Mike, what I was going to suggest is Trapper Tom used our crossbow. And for the crossbow, we used the 125 grain extra large Annihilator broadheads, and they annihilated. How many deer did he kill with it? 4?
I think so.
I think he killed 4 deer with it.
At least 2 or 3.
Josh, how many deer did he kill with it? 4 deer?
I want to say he killed 2 bucks and 2 does.
Yeah, because he's in Tennessee. So those Annihilator, those big broadheads, I would say he only used 1.
Yeah,
they never ran out of his shot. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
I remember at first he had an issue, but it was with the scope. And then once he adjusted the scope a little bit, it was literally, if a deer showed up, it was lights out. I mean, he loved it. He loved the crossbow. He loved the broadheads. He loved it all. Those Annihilator broadheads. Yeah. I know they probably it throws people off because they do look small.
But we had the extra large on that.
Yeah, the penetration on those things, I'm telling you, you want them. You want them.
Yeah,
they're good.
That's what we're going to I'm going to use every year.
Real quick, a Facebook user said, what's disking? So basically what we do is we have a disc that we drag behind our tractor, and it's just an implement that goes on the back of the tractor. You lower it. It's got a bunch of metal plates or discs that you just set down on the tractor, and then once you start going with the tractor, it just rolls. It just kind of kicks up the dirt and folds up the dirt, or fluffs it, if you will. Kind of breaks things up to where you can get ready to plant.
Fluffed? Fluffed?
Fluff, like fluffs up the dirt. So basically, if you've got it, it's a great way. We disc. Yeah, we basically just disc things up, and then we'll go over top of it and spray it to kind of kill any type of the weeds or anything that's growing on top. But we'll go through and just disc up a strip around all of our fields because, just as far as the habitat is concerned, what I learned from the private lands biologist that came to our place, he said that transitional stuff, you've got some thick stuff, you disc on the edges of that thick stuff, and then you've got your clover field that starts, and it gives those poults ways of transitions, and just the difference in habitat is really helpful to turkeys.
I'm going to ask you a question in a second, Mike. But James Evans said y'all prefer expandable or fixed. I like fixed, specifically the Annihilator broadheads because of durability. I shot my bow. I didn't know that my bow sight was out of whack. It was perfectly like this, but somehow it got tilted, probably just from carrying it around all the time in public land. And I shot a practice shot with it, and the arrow went just straight into a tree. It shattered the arrow, and that broadhead looked like it had never been touched. I couldn't get it out of the tree. The guys at Annihilator have a video somewhere of them shooting the same broadhead through the hood of a car 100 times, and it just continues to go through it. So anyway, I think I prefer fixed. I know Josh and Mike used fixed Annihilators, but I don't know if that's what they prefer.
I would say for me, I did prefer, I will say, mechanical with the expandable. I preferred that because I grew up using Schwacker. And, man, watching the blood trail from a Schwacker broadhead is unreal.
You're good.
I mean, you get that big cut. I've never had an issue with it messing up. They really work. However, what I really liked about the Annihilator broadheads was with the mechanical, I would shoot my bow all summer, tie on a mechanical, and then my bow sights would be off. And you adjust it, which is pretty normal. But with the Annihilators, I screwed it in, shot it, and it was literally dead on from what my field tip was. So and then watching Trapper Tom this past year kill 4 deer with it,
put it to action.
I mean, it's hard to argue, and there's plenty of good broadheads out there.
Oh yeah,
and I do. I mean, for me personally, with killing deer as of right now, because I've never killed one with a fixed broadhead, I prefer an expandable or mechanical, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, you've killed deer with your gun the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this year, hopefully I'll put a deer on the ground with a fixed broadhead with those Annihilators, and then I will specifically tell you which one I prefer.
Yeah. Mike, you have always been fixed?
Yeah, for the most part, I've been I don't know that I've ever shot an actual.
Were you a Muzzy guy, Mike?
I am actually a wasp guy. I shoot a wasp hammer, 100 grain, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I've always shot those. My dad, I've told this on the show 1,000 times.
You can't mention your setup without mentioning the 3-inch vanes.
4-inch vanes.
4-inch vanes.
Now we have new arrows now, so I'm shooting 2-inch vanes now. But this was the first fall that I shot 2-inch vanes. Ever since then, I've told this many times on the show. My dad would always just tell me, once you have something set and fixed, and it's great, and it's working for you, you don't need to do anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't need to go screw them with stuff if you've got it.
Bro,
if it's killing stuff, don't touch it.
Yeah.
But I think they're making things nowadays to where you can kind of mix and match and do different things, and it still shoots pretty much the same or even a little bit more efficient.
When it comes to broadheads, honestly, you can buy the cheapest pack at Walmart. What are they, like the Allen broadheads?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go and buy $100 for 3, and if you make a good shot, they're both going to kill them.
Yeah.
One might produce more blood. One might be easier to find. But if you make a good shot, you're going to be okay. Hold on. Guys, we have been graced by the bass fisherman himself.
Hey.
W.O. Waller. He put the whooping on Josh from what I heard.
Yeah.
I knew you guys are going to crush them. We'll talk about it on Thursday. But
yeah, we did.
Courtney's right. They all kill. Rage, Schwacker, Annihilator. What's the one? What's the one that T-Bone shoots? The
G5.
The G5. Meat. What's it called? The
G5.
Yeah.
That's like Mike said though. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you hunt the same spot every year for 20 years and you kill a 140-inch deer, or are you going to go to another spot? No, I don't think so.
I think it's funny. When I was little, that song by Ray Stevens, "The Streak." That's what this guy was saying. I don't know who said it, but he put steak, and they call him the steak. That's his thing on TV. I just think that's funny.
Hey, that's
actually what they call Scott Butler.
Right before that comment, Joe was asking, we sent out a text to people that we thought were coming to camp. How many people are we expecting?
Well, I can tell you, 3 of us. Right, Josh, you coming?
I will know for sure tomorrow. 100%.
I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to say this, put this out there before the weekend. I don't have a good feeling about Josh. I feel like he usually when he's going, he's up front, he tells us, and when he's not, he beats around the bush.
I just got to talk to work. But hey, listen, fellas, before John continues, I've got to go because it's late and I got to get this kid in bed. But
I thought it was only 9 o'clock your time.
It is, but they're back at work and school, so they got to get in bed early. Tawny gets up at 5 in the morning, so sometimes.
I got you.
Fellas,
clothes on.
I'll see y'all Thursday. It was good talking to y'all. Y'all have a good evening.
Yeah, if you're a bass fisherman, check us out Thursday.
Hey, bud.
So, me and you, guys, I really don't think Josh will be there because usually he's like, "Man, I'm going to be there," and he's not said a word about it. I don't think
he's been pretty quiet in our text messages.
He's not saying anything about it. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he's going to flake. So it's me and you. Joe says he's going to be there. Bub and his son are going to be there. Nick Stepp is going to be there. Stephen Goebel's going to be there. Caleb Hatmaker's going to be there. That's 8. Someone in the text.
It's Ryan, right?
That's what I was going to say is Ryan. So it must be. He said he's going to be there unless something happens with work. Same with Nick Stepp. He said the only way he won't be there is if they make him work, and he's working construction, building a bridge. So he said they might make him work, but he's going to be there. So that's 9 probably. That's a good camp.
Yeah. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, man.
And I may have left somebody out too.
I'm looking forward to it.
Some people say, like Billy Barnett said, if we have one next year, he's definitely going to come. Our man Hurley mentioned if we have one next year, he might come. We could have a big. Yeah. Hey, we just have it at Hurley's. Deliver turkey over there.
I'm looking forward to it, man. We've been texting back and forth a ton of different things, and we've been commenting back and forth in our group text throughout the last several weeks and the days and stuff. Sending each other pins. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? So, just as far as like the e-scouting that you've been doing, we can kind of transition into what we've been talking about.
Yeah, let's do that.
What are some of the things that you've been looking at?
Access.
Yeah.
So here's what I believe. And this is not my idea. We watched guys like the Hunting Public who, this is not a knock against TV hunters. I mean, the job that I have that I work on 2 days a week is working with TV channel, guys that have TV shows on the Outdoor Channel, Pursuit Channel, and Sportsman's Channel. Like I'm working with those guys 2 days a week now. So I have, if you go and sit in the blind and you're hunting over bait or whatever, I have no problem with that. But the Hunting Public is the one group that just gets after it.
Mm-hmm.
They're always on public. And they're just getting after it, and they're learning as they go, and they're getting better and better and better, and they're killing a lot of animals. And one thing that they have always said is when they start looking on OnX or they use OnX, but when they start looking at maps, they take all the portions. Let me just show you.
Yeah.
Did you hear that little weird noise I made?
Yep,
like that?
I did.
That was my mouth. It was a little embarrassing. I figured somebody would say something. Oh, you can't see my screen, huh? Let me share my screen.
WO said he thinks Josh is going to go to Penny Riles because he heard so many gobblers the other day.
Let him go. Let him go, WO. We don't care. Let him go. Let him go.
Yeah, Adam, you're right. Dave Owens is a guy that gets after it. You're exactly right about that.
So you can see my screen here?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Way far away from where we're going to be hunting. But let me just go to the first public land. Not Nicholasville. Uh-oh, my pins are showing up. Oh, no. Some of these pins are real estate pins on properties. I'm going to call and see if they want to sell their property.
Nice.
So we'll just go here to Taylorsville. I don't care if you see that because I don't hunt there very much. So one thing I want to do I can hunt this part of Taylorsville except the ones with the red through it. I'm going to X out all the parts of this public land that's easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So anything near the road, like all of this side where you can drive down, I'm not hunting there because it's going to be overpressured. What I want to find is, this part right here, I wouldn't hunt any of that because it's going to be overpressured. I want to find a place like this.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I really don't want to share that. I want to find a place like this where I actually have to hike or I have to park alongside and walk one of these walking trails, or I have to get in a canoe and go to. So that's the very first thing I'm looking for is where is the more difficult access? Where do I have to walk a little farther? Where do I have to go up a steep bank?
Mm-hmm.
Where, what do I have to do? Because a lot of people, like Mike, you and I talked, there was rain in the forecast, right? Let me ask everybody watching, what are you going to do if you're hunting a place, and let's say you're on public land, what kind of land feature are you looking for if there's rain in the forecast? I think everybody's going to say the same thing. A good example was when we had deer camp, and it was first weekend of September, everyone was hunting parts of Peabody WMA that was right next to soybeans. That's where everybody was.
Mm-hmm.
But very few people killed deer in those areas. So look, we already see fields and bottoms, open woods or fields. That's what everybody's looking for.
Yep.
So when it's like that and everyone's going to those places, I think that's when you say, you know what? I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to do something different. So a lot of times on public land, it's not doing what you think the animal is going to do. It's doing something different than all the humans are doing, right? Because the animals are going to react to the human pressure.
Yeah.
I feel like you disagree.
No, well, the one thing with turkeys, with deer, it is a little different. But turkeys, their behavior, they will do those things. Now you just got to find maybe that one open area or that one place that people are not willing to go. And then you might have.
But
then
you think turkeys? Let's say we go out there and there's a truck at every pull-off. Do you think turkeys are going to do have their same behavior in the same places where the humans are?
More than likely, no, in those cases, right?
Yeah, I mean, they can't smell, but they can hear and see.
Right. But they will go. They will still go to those areas, just not where those people are. So they're still going to seek out those open areas.
Oh, they know the woods way better than we do.
Right.
They're going to have some spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But sometimes those are spots that are hard to get to. Now, Mike, I'm just going to be honest. I've not told you this. I have a few spots that my buddy gave me that he doesn't live there anymore. So he just gave me like 48 pins today. It's actually the guy I work for. And there are a few spots where he's like, look, this is the most overlooked area. And it's just like a slither.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, nobody goes here. And he sent me 3 pins. I killed 3 birds here, he said. So we have some of those spots because he's lived there. But Cole says, let's look what Adam says right here. If it's not an outright downpour, and if it is an outright downpour, we might just stay at the camp, right? Because it's probably, if it's just a fierce downpour, Mike, you're not going out there. I know you.
I'm going out there. Mike,
you will not. If it is a sideways rain downpour, you're not going. I know you. Mike,
I'm going.
Michael Collins, you will not.
I got to kill a bird, dude.
But Adam says if it's not an outright downpour all day, I like to hit ridges that don't have a lot of tree cover. If that sun comes out, they will hit those areas a little more open, especially if there are no fields. 2 things about that. One, that is when you use Google Earth to find places like that.
Yeah,
and
that's a good call.
Those are also places you might find some real mushrooms.
Very true. Yeah, we were talking before you came on. We were talking about morels and talking about ticks a little bit. Yeah. Spray.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it because I'm out of Sawyer's. I have to go get some.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you buy Sawyer's or you just mix your own?
No, I buy Sawyer's.
Got it too.
Yeah.
Oh, Harold Knight said he just sprays it on his skin.
Hey, no looking
Hey,
back
if he
now.
works for Harold, he's an old bird. Let's see. Cole Warden says, Cole, we appreciate you. I think Cole's from New York. He's one of our New Yorkers that we love seeing on here. Best public land hunting I've had with turkeys are always a good walk from the road, but the biggest birds I kill every year are always within eyesight of the most used public access spots. All right, maybe they're just smart. I've heard a lot of people say big bucks will stay near access spots, and they know when you're there and they can get away, and they know when you're not and they can stay there. So,
Yeah.
Dwayne says hello from Moorhead. Dwayne, that's where we're headed this weekend, brother.
Hey, Dwayne, what's going on, buddy?
Here's what we're headed for. We're headed to turkey hunt. We're headed over there to eat some Pop's barbecue. We're headed over there. I'm hoping to catch a catfish or two. I think Joe's going to go crappie fishing. We're going to have about a dozen men hanging out. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to get after it, though, man. Like, I know Josh and you kind of were talking about coming out of the woods at like 11 or 12 and maybe going fishing.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I ain't coming out.
I said Josh sent us pictures of them catching fish, and you said, I don't think you guys, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't think you guys are worried about turkey hunting. And I said, if I was catching fish like that, I wouldn't be.
Yeah,
but I ain't catching fish like that at Cave Run. So
neither am I. Yeah. I'm gonna be extremely. I'm not coming out. I'll be eating. If I get hungry, I'm gonna eat an old acorn, and we'll keep moving.
Okay. Now, guys, I'm holding Mike to this. If I see him back at camp, it's too hot. It's raining.
No. Hey, listen, if it's too hot, you go find a ridge at midday and you start calling a little bit every 40 minutes or so. Tell them where you're at. Just chill under a big old oak tree and wait till they come.
Good sandwich, yeah. So WO says they may not change the first couple of days due to pressure. Here's something that happens though, WO. Mike, they already are feeling pressure. Do you know why, Mike? And it's not youth season.
I would imagine just hikers and people out, being out and about down there, if I was just guessing.
I think it is people going out there with their mouth calls and calling just because they want to hear some gobbles.
Well, I hope they're not doing that. That's illegal.
Oh, they're doing it, Mike. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
They do it all the time.
You ain't supposed to do that. I have
let a few crow calls go, but you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. You can use locator calls and stuff. Yeah. You just can't use turkey sounds.
Out in Campbellsville, I was letting some crow calls go today, but I didn't get any response.
Yeah.
Mike will kill a bird. Someone has already declared it true, Mike.
That's a lot of pressure. I have no idea. I've never hunted Daniel Boone, so I'm really excited about getting after it. Just going to be going on instinct and hoping I get lucky because that's what it'll be. I've never been, so it'll be fun to try it out and get after it. I am determined. I'll tell you that I am determined.
Oh, you talked about nonstop the last probably 4 days.
I have. I've been wearing these dudes out in the group text.
I love it. But we're going to hang out for a minute after the live. I don't know when we're getting off here, but and I want to show you some spots. Gordy mixes his own permethrin. It's probably cheaper that way, but man, I melt your skin. Catching the end. Good to see you, fellas. Kentucky Colonel season flour is really good for turkey and fish. Good luck this weekend to all. Not sure who's saying that, but Kentucky Colonel season flour is good for chicken too. I use it for fried chicken, especially like that chicken you make for breakfast. A little. Joe says I'm not going to fish in the rain, but I'm going to hang out.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to this. That's the most fun. I talked about this earlier about just meeting everybody and hanging out at camp, maybe bonfire, eating some snacks and stuff. That's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Josh said they know because they know it's April. They know it's getting warm. They know the Who-mans are coming, and I know Josh isn't coming to turkey camp. All things that are facts.
That's disheartening.
It is, isn't it? Aren't you disappointed?
Because I'm very disappointed. I was really looking forward to turkey. I haven't turkey hunted with Josh yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not mad at Josh. I'm just disappointed. Christopher said, where is turkey camp at? What day? Is Christopher, you were asking the right guys. It is Friday, April 14th through Sunday, April 16th at Twin Knobs Campground in Moorhead, Kentucky. And we are going to be hunting Daniel Boone National Forest around Cave Run Lake and surrounding counties. Or surrounding areas. It might be the same county. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there you go, Chris. We would love to have you. We'd love to have you. Call Twin Knobs to get you a tent site. Looks like you got some kids. If you got them, if they're old enough, bring them out. Bub's bringing his son out. Nick Step talked about bringing his kid out. I don't know if he is. I don't think he is. Someone said he's got me blocked, Tina. I don't know who that is. Do you?
Is that Tina Thornsberry?
I guess. I don't know. Is it somebody talking? Is someone saying I have them blocked? Because if I have you blocked, it's because I had a good reason. And I'm going to block you from the group too. So give me just a second here, and I'm going to find out. I don't know who it is, Mike.
I don't either.
I don't know who it is, Mike.
Are we going to 10:30?
Oh, that's old Hurley, man.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
What's up,
I
Hurley?
got Hurley blocked.
Hey, Hurley.
I ain't got Hurley blocked. I'd never block Hurley.
Absolutely not.
I don't know what he's talking
Sometimes those names pop up and we don't actually.
Oh,
see who
it's
it
because
is.
I don't know who they are. Yeah, if you're in the Facebook group, it just says user. That's why. Now Hurley and Tina, I'm not getting on to you, but if you were on here every week, you would know that if you're watching from the group, you have to put your name at the end of the comment so we know who you are. Brent knows that. Brent does that every week. He'll say, "Hey guys," /Brent. All right, so. It's not my rule. Facebook is the one who eliminates the names. Just let us know. WO says, if you hear one gob on the roost and are not successful in getting that bird in the morning, I would go sit on that ridge that afternoon. A lot of times they'll go right back to that area and to roost again. You might catch them coming in late. That's great advice.
That's terrific advice. Absolutely.
Are you patient enough to do that?
Yes.
I am not.
I can't. Man. Now I'm fired up. I just want to get out there. I can't wait. I want to try so hard.
Blowing up the chat. They're blowing up the comments. You can't wait to get out there. I can't either.
I'm so pumped. I just want to get after it. That's all. Like Saturday morning, dude, I'm going to be like running.
Man, here's what I want to do. I want to kill. I'm shooting for the stars here. I would love to kill a turkey early Saturday and just go down there, go back to camp, go down there and check my catfishing noodles out, go hop on Joe's boat and crappie fish. You know, I would love to kill one early and then just enjoy camp instead of just laboring for that turkey all stupid day. Because I'm telling you, if I don't have a good open weekend, fishing is looking better and better.
Nah, you gotta go. Hey, it's 3 weeks, man. It's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's buckle down and get one.
If it's not a good week and a half, I'm out. I give it half the time. Mike, just head my way after you get done. We go watch you kill them.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
$5 says, John, don't stay in all day. Scott, I usually do. I'm usually not the one that comes back, am I, Mike?
Not typically. No, you typically stay out of it.
Stays out there, Scott. Scott, I don't think you keep up with me. I don't think you could.
Oh, Joe just said he hopes we love it here. I know I will.
Oh, we will.
I've never been there, and I've heard my dad and my uncles talk about hunting at Daniel Boone. They used to do it a long time ago, and I think it's gonna be a cool experience, and then just a totally different area from what I hunt. So it's gonna be fun. I can already tell you, regardless of getting a turkey or not, it's gonna be a great experience and a lot of fun.
Who was a better pioneer, Daniel Boone or Simon Kenton?
I'd have to go Daniel Boone on that.
Okay, good. You went see Mike went to Simon Kenton High School, so I was about to just let him have it if he says Simon Kenton.
Simon,
go ahead and say it. I know
Simon saved Daniel Boone, but Daniel
saved
Boone
his life. Yeah, he saved
one.
his life, but
I love it.
John sure gutted out a rough opening weekend of deer season.
It was hot that day too, dude. That weekend, man, it was hot.
And listen, the worst was 2 years ago. Me and Josh were about 2.5 miles back on public land, and it was about 97 degrees, and I was cramping. My legs were cramping in places they'd never cramped before, and I was like, dude, I gotta get some fluids. Like, well, we had water. Tim's talking about rifle season. I did. I hunted for. It felt like an eternity during rifle season for nothing.
Same.
Nothing.
I get that feeling.
Hurley says Mike is Dr. Death. Hurley, you did it. See?
I appreciate it, Hurley. Thanks, buddy.
Death. Hurley comes.
Thank you, Hurley. I appreciate you, buddy.
I think Hurley's Mr. Death. Hey, can we share something real quick, Mike?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta find it here. I don't know a Mr. Death more than Hurley, though. You know, if you wanna talk about somebody staying in the woods, Hurley's a machine. That's what I call him.
Yeah.
He's a machine, man. He is.
Yeah, I'm not in the woods. I wish I could be in the woods more, that's for sure.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's see here, boy. Okay, here we go. So this right here, guys. If you remember, maybe a month ago, we had Hurley and Patrick Hayden from Kentucky Gun Company on, Mike. You remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Kentucky Gun Company just put this out. I want to show you why you need to be at the Kentucky Elk and Outdoor Fest. Now, you don't have to be there to win, but I think you need to be there. For an $80 ticket, Mike, here's what they're doing. Starting at 10:01 a.m., they are giving something away every single minute until 1:21 p.m. when they will be giving away a Kentucky Bull Elk tag guided by Mr. Hurley Combs himself, Lost Mountain Outfitters, sponsored by Savage Arms. So they're giving a prize away from 10 a.m. to 1:20 a.m. or p.m. And these aren't like cheap prizes. Like the ones in yellow are big time. Browning, 6.5 Creedmoor. Look at this at 11, a Honda 424 tracks. Could you use that, Mike?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
At noon, a Honda Pioneer 1003 UTV. That's what I'm wanting, other than the elk tag. At 1, a Kentucky Bull Elk Commissioner's tag sponsored by Walter. And at 1:21, the Kentucky Bull Elk sponsored by Savage Arms, guided by Lost Mountain Outfitters. Guys, you need to go buy an $80 ticket right now. The chance of you winning something is good. You have a better chance of winning a bull elk tag. Just had a fly almost going on. A bull elk tag at this event than you do applying. You should do both because you could win both.
Yeah, you definitely could.
You could win both, and then you could sell one, make a ton. Bub, you do not have to be present. You do not have to be present to win. But you should try to come, Bub. It's May 13th. If you're not working, come out. We'll have a good time. We're going to be there. We're going to be live. We're going to be just like this. You guys come out. You can join us. You can stand beside of us, talk to the crowd, talk to who's there. We're going to be pulling people in all day. Patrick will probably stop by. Hurley stop by. We might see some celebrities there. I don't know. When and where, John? It is May 13th, Bardstown, Kentucky, Kentucky Gun Company. Go to let me put it in the
comments.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the link. Right there. I just posted the link. It's kyg.co/KY Outdoor Fest. You can see it there. Guys, it's going to be the best event of the year. And not only that, they're drawing those names at 121. Then they're going to start drawing the elk tags. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife will start drawing the elk tags. And there's going to be one drawn every second until they're all gone. So that's going to be cool too. I would love to hear my name drawn for one of the 300 prizes and then get an elk tag.
That'd be fun.
I could use a good day, Mike. I could use a good day.
I get you.
That'd be a good one.
That would be a great day, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know, Hurley, Hurley can answer this. If you win one of those tags, Hurley, a commissioner's tag or one of the two tags they're giving away, can you use any weapon? Like, can you use a rifle?
No. That's a good question. I don't know that we talked about that.
I think you can. I think you can use it anytime. Like
okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool opportunity.
Michael Thomas says he has the best turkey call in the East. Well, Michael, we'd love to hear it. Mike and John plan second week to come to hunt elk country, even if we just get one day in tradition. Hurley, we're going to be over there. We're figuring it out. We're
You said
figuring it out.
that second weekend, you said you weren't sure you'd be able to do that.
I
Second
don't know.
weekend,
Maybe
right?
I can do just Saturday. If I wait till the third weekend, maybe I can do 2 days.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Joe said his turkey calls here turkey.
Love it.
Oh, Michael Thomas is Summit. I always thought his name was Michael Summit. Just I'm very confused now. That's a New Yorker we have on here too, man.
Awesome.
New Yorkers coming through today.
I love it. Thanks for watching.
Did Hurley ever
joining
answer? Hurley didn't answer, did he?
Not on the not on our question there.
Michael Thomas Summit. Oh, okay. He's hiding his identity. He was in the Army, so you know.
Yes, sir.
I'm just kidding. I mean, he was. He's probably just hiding from like a crazy ex-girlfriend. Michael said we had a memorable fishing trip. You know what I remember, Michael? Is I outfished you. I outfished you, and you slipped and fell in the creek. That's the 2 things I remember. You and Josh had a really weird bromance. And Josh said, remember when he fell, but Josh spelled it F-A-I-L, which, you know, ironic. But, Josh, it was one of the best falls. Mike, it was one of the best falls. It was one of those falls he stepped on a rock, like a slippery rock, and literally we just saw his feet go up.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure it hurt.
Hurley answered you.
Yes, it's good for all season archery and rifle. Yeah, so if you win that at the Kentucky Game Company, even like Michael, old Summit here, he's in New York. Summit should go to that link. He should spend $80, buy one of those tags, buy one of those tickets, and he could win one of those many prizes, including a bull elk tag, which would be awesome because I would go and it would make so many Kentuckians mad at a dude from New York wanted that. They get so mad when that happens. But I think it's funny. I don't care. Yes. So I caught more fish. Let me ask you guys this. John, do you read the auto typing when you talk? I don't know what he means. Do you? Do I read? You know, Scott has commented like 5 times a night where I'm like, is Scott drinking? Because I don't understand. The auto typing when you talk?
Probably like Josh is typing there. If you got to be careful with that last word there.
Fail?
No, the one you're sharing right now.
Oh, bro, these hawk suckers don't count. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so anyway, yeah, Josh, God, he's struggling. So let me ask everybody this. So we went fishing. Mike, I know whose side you're going to be on. We went fishing down at the New River. It's supposed to be like a smallmouth haven, and we're fishing down there. I have a little crankbait I'm using. And Michael, I won't call him Michael, Summit and Josh are using, I don't even remember what they were using. So we got down there. They have been fishing much longer than I have during their lives. And I'm just trying to learn to become a better fisherman at this point. And it was probably about 7 years ago. It's been a long time, 7 or 8 years ago. So I'm using this little crankbait. And I'm slaying the fish. I think Summit jumped out. He caught like the first 8 fish. He was crushing us. And then, dude, I just stormed back and made a comeback. But I was catching smallmouth and these, what we figured out were Arkansas hog suckers, they were called. And they said they didn't count. But I caught 48 fish. I remember this. I caught 48. Josh caught 24. And Summit, I'm pretty sure, caught 12. It was like multiples of 12. I doubled Josh. And he's like, oh, those hog suckers don't count. Do the hog suckers count?
I mean, if you're catching them, I think
We're catching them.
Yeah.
I wasn't using live bait. I was using a little crankbait.
Yeah.
Hog suckers count.
I'd count them. Yeah.
Pretty sure us New Yorkers make everyone mad whenever we do something good in the outdoors. It's not me, Cole. I'm pulling for you guys.
Absolutely. In fact, his Billy has told us that New York's got some beautiful land up there to hunt.
Well, yeah, upstate New York. Now you might want to stay away from Manhattan. Josh is acting like he taught me to fish. It's bull crap. Absolutely not. No suckers. Shut up. A fish is a fish. There you go. A fish is a fish. Gordy says any fish counts. There you go. Mike, what do you think? I want a prediction. Let's just round off the number. Let's say we have 10 people hunting at camp. Oh, we said 9. Let's just say we have 8 people hunting at camp this weekend. How many turkeys do you think are going to be killed from our guys this weekend?
I'm going to go 2.
Ooh, 2. That means I'm probably not getting one.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be hard. To be frank, man, like I said, I have no idea what to expect. You know, we're going to do our best and get after it, but
Joe says 3.
I think it's going to be hard.
Hey, PK, are you coming? Is PK coming? I think he told me he was coming. So that makes 10 people. Bub says 4. Here's listen. So this is what's funny about comments, and this is I don't know what Scott was talking about. Maybe this is it. PK, I'm not picking on PK. I love PK. He said, "Hey, but what would you do when you hear that first?" And he meant gobble at shooting light. And then he corrected it, and it said goobles.
No, I love it.
Josh says 8 people, 4 birds. Now, if there's 8 people and 4 turkeys are killed, I feel like I got a chance to be one of those 4. If there's 8 people and only 2, I'm out. There's no way I'd be one of the 2. I'm just not there. If it's 10 and 5, maybe I get it. 3, if John brings a dead crow, and I ain't touching a dead crow. Listen, if turkey hunting's hard, guys, I'm going fishing. I'm building me 5 catfish noodles. I'm taking Jules catfish stink bait, and I'm dropping them down there. And when I get frustrated at turkey hunting, I'm going to check those noodles. And if I have a catfish on, turkey hunting is over. I'll become the catfish guy.
I must be
the 5 with good weather. I don't know.
Yeah, I must be the negative guy saying 2. I mean, I don't know. Maybe my expectations are too low. I don't know.
No, Mike, you're never the negative guy.
You know I'm a pessimist.
No, Mike, you're always optimistic and always thinking the best. Oh, God.
Sarcasm.
PK says, let's make sure we get pickle juice and flour, maybe Dano's Spicy Signals. I love Dano's. PK, it sounds like you just put a grocery list together. Make sure you stop on your 4-hour drive out here. And some grease. Yeah. Mike, you know, you and Nick Step kind of look alike.
Oh, do we?
I think so. I think he actually has the exact same, but he has like a patch here and he's bald. He's like bald. Yours just shaved down. Mike, Scott Butler agrees with you, 2 birds. Well, if Scott's agreeing with you, then you're definitely wrong. Your number's wrong. Chris said I might have to go hunting with him. Chris, I'll go hunt with anybody that I like. I don't care. I'll go hunt with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm up to learn. I'm up to meet new people. We love doing that. Joe, I hope for good weather too, man.
Same.
It goes from good to bad. Right now it's saying 45% chance of rain on Saturday, I think. And a lot of rain on Sunday, I think it's saying. Have you looked, Mike?
The last I saw, the rain didn't actually seem that bad when I was looking at it. It said rain around 60%, like thunderstorms 60% on Sunday, and it's kind of peaking right around that midday 1 o'clock time.
So this says, let me ask you guys this, and we'll hop off here. On Friday, 80% chance of rain. On Sunday, 88% chance of rain. On Saturday is the best day, 25% chance of rain, 79 degrees. Does the weather before and after that day really affect turkeys? So if it rains a ton on Friday, how's that going to affect turkeys on Saturday?
If it rains a ton on Friday and then Saturday is like a sunny morning, that's going to be great. Just in my experience, you end up having better mornings.
What if the rain continues through Saturday morning, but then the evening it brightens up and starts drying? That you want to be there when it starts to the sun comes out.
I typically do. Yep, I typically do. Absolutely. When the sun comes out, I feel like gobbling kind of tends to. You have like a little, even if it's a short increase in gobbling, it kind of, that sun will come out and all of a sudden you'll get a bird fired up for a little bit and then he might shut up after that, but just might be enough to let you know where he's at and you can get on.
I'm going to say if we did a ranking,
I'm going to see if I can show you that That's just showing. I've got Moorhead on here,
Yeah.
and that's just showing Sunday. So I'm not sure what you're seeing.
Mine's on AccuWeather is what I use.
I just use the phone app, but
Yeah. Phone app's probably behind.
probably. I just updated it.
If we had to rank the best hunters at turkey camp, who would you put number one, Mike? Would you put yourself?
No, I
Mike?
mean, as far as like all time, like, or
Yeah,
just
who's the best hunter at turkey camp?
who's the best hunter at turkey camp?
Yeah, I think I'd put you one.
Well, I mean, I don't
seems
know.
like he's killed a lot of turkeys.
Well, we're talking public land, and there's other people that are going to be there.
Bub
A lot more public land.
may be one. I know it's not Nick Stepp and me, the Stepp boys. We're not related, but we're out. We're both more fishermen than turkey hunters. It's not the kids. So the kids are out. They're not number one. Stephen Goble's pretty good. He's a good hunter. He's the only guy to kill a deer at the Peabody camp. Remember that?
Yep.
That's the one, but we killed it. We ate it. It had spots. We'll just tell you. It had spots on it. We didn't care. It tastes so good. Caleb is good, but I would put him higher on a deer hunting list than a turkey hunting list. Yeah, I think you and Bub and Steven are up there. I would put myself last. I'd put myself last. That's okay.
You're learning.
I'm learning, and I get pretty aggravated with turkeys when they just shut up and they don't come. Don't overlook PK. Here's the thing, PK, I've seen him kill more deer. So I don't know, PK, where do you stand? Maybe PK's in that like second tier. Maybe you got Mike. And Greg said John last. I already said that, Greg. You know why I said that? So people like you couldn't say it, Greg. Scott needs help, guys. Anybody live near Scott? His can opener won't open his chili.
I'm probably the closest.
Wouldn't it be funny if Scott just came in the background of your video and was like, hey, man,
Open
you know what? I bought a jar of peanut butter. My youngest daughter loves peanut butter. She eats it like all the time. So I bought a jar of peanut butter. Now, I'm not saying this in any way. I don't know a person that I'm friends with or know that is stronger than me. I'm just a big boy and I'm strong. And I could not open this jar of peanut butter. Mike, I feel like you're ignoring me. But I couldn't.
Sorry, man. I just got
that's
kind of.
Did you talk about that on here?
No, I didn't. It's kind of on the down low, but I just saw a big update on some things going on. So I was just kind of looking.
We'll just say Mike's sister had her baby tonight, and we're just praying for health for the baby and the mom and peace for the dad.
Absolutely.
I saw the other night the Kelsey brothers, the football players, Kelsey brothers, one of them, their wife just had a baby, and they're like, what did you do? And he's like, man, there's nothing for the dad to do. Like, you just sit there and wait. Like, that sounds awful. And they had a bunch of clips of him just eating the whole time. It was funny.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about? Oh, that jar of chili or that jar of peanut butter, I could not get the lid off of it. So much. I was home alone. So much. I mean, I gave it everything I had, and that lid wouldn't come off. I was laughing at myself. But anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go ahead and hop off here, and you can get an update on your sister and make calls if you need to. Bub says he has a ton of deer burgers. Should I bring some and share with camp? The answer is always yes. If you want to bring food to camp, the answer is yes. You don't have to ask. Yes, Scott says prayers, Mike. Absolutely. Everybody say prayers, Mike. And Hurley with the underrated tip of the night, sweet heat jalapenos. You need to go to Kroger. What's the brand? What's that brand, Mike? It's the green Mount Olive.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
I think it is Mount Olive sweet heat jalapenos. Boys, I tell you what, Scott Butler, go to Kroger, Mount Olive sweet heat jalapenos. You will thank us later, brother.
Absolutely.
Hey guys, it's been a minute 13. It's been an hour and 14 minutes. Mike here's been on here way too long. He's gonna go check on his sister and his family. Wish them the best, and some of you we'll see this weekend. I can't wait. So our bass fishing show is Thursday night. Check us out. Mike, thank you so much for starting us off tonight.
Absolutely.
Hanging out with us, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.